Let's talk about the science of pain. Pain can actually be a good thing as humans, as it kind of acts as a sort of protection from things that hurt us. The way I like to think about pain is kind of like a doorbell. When the doorbell rings, it's just a sign that somebody's at the door. So similarly, when something you sense on your body rings that doorbell, it rings to tell your brain that something's going on. So when you feel pain, your brain thinks that what you sense is possible danger to your body. The person that's ringing your doorbell can come from different forms. It can be from temperature, chemical, movement, or impact that your nerves can pick up on and sense to tell your brain that there is potential danger. Once your brain receives that message from the nerves, that's when it decides if it's actually danger or not. So when your brain decides that it actually is danger, and what you felt is actually painful, this can lead to a dull throbbing sensation, and that feeling is due to the chemicals and that are being sent uh, from your body to that specific area to start the healing process. And this is why we can experience some redness, some swelling, and some inflammation in those areas where we feel those injuries and that pain. So when we are in pain, this can also cause us to move a little bit differently. For example, if you close your finger in a door and start to feel pain, you likely won't want to move it much afterwards because your brain may think that it could cause more pain if it moves. People also move differently when they feel like they may be threatened by pain. Like when you realize that every time you extend your finger straight, it hurts a little bit. So that kind of causes you to avoid that movement. And even when your finger has fully healed, sometimes your brain may have to relearn that it is okay to move again. There are some certain factors that can determine how your brain decides how strong the pain is. One example is your environment that you're in. So let's stick with the finger being closed in the door, for example. So your brain is really good at prioritizing what's most important at the specific time and situation that you're in. So let's say you were to jam your finger in the door when you're at home by yourself versus when you were walking into a big job interview in front of the boss. Do you think you would react differently to the pain? So most people would actually react a little bit differently, just because they don't want to overreact and like at that point in front of the boss, you may want to kind of disregard your pain because there are more important things going on in that situation. So the people you are around and the environment make a huge impact on how your brain understands what your nerves are sensing. Many believe this type of thing can be caused due to the adrenaline flowing through your body, but really what's going on around you and uh, the people around you and even like your passion for things um, can kind of take precedence and play a huge role in how you feel pain. This is why it's like not super crazy to hear about athletes get kind of a serious injury and still play through it, even in like a big pressure game where there's a lot at stake. There are also a lot of factors that can actually increase the amount of pain that you feel, such as stress, poor sleep, anxiety, and a lack of social support from others. So these can all lead to poor healing processes and lead to hypersensitive feelings uh, that could lead to uh, things that aren't painful that you feel could actually convert to pain. So and this is what we would call um, moving into chronic pain, which I'll talk about right here. So there are two types of pain. There is chronic and acute. So acute is a little more short term, and it's felt in the specific area of the body after a painful event. Typically, these acute injuries will become pain free once that area heals. Um, but chronic pain can actually last a long time, even after your body has healed in that area. What happens is that the nerves become very sensitive over time and keep trying to ring that doorbell to the brain, even when there's not really a threat to the body. One thing that chronic pain can cause is smudging in the brain. So I don't want you to think of this as the brain is actually getting smudged, but there are specific areas in the brain that interpret the feelings you get to specific body parts. For example, what you feel when things touch your arm um, get sent to different areas in the brain than what you feel touching your leg. So when there is chronic pain that lasts a long time, it can cause there to be like some sort of mix up in those areas of the brain and kind of mix up what you're actually feeling with other parts of the body. So this can lead to more widespread pain if your brain thinks that the pain is coming from multiple areas of your body. Luckily, our brain and nerves are extremely good at learning new things, and although it can learn when our body is in pain quickly, that means that it can unlearn those painful patterns just as quick. So stay tuned in the upcoming videos to understand more about how pain can be managed and treated. Thanks for watching.